Right. I'm actually afraid probably to say this thing, but you might end up unsubscribing for what I'm actually about to say. You might actually end up unsubscribing for what I'm actually about to say in the video, and I'm also afraid that I might get banned for this, so while you're practically here, please save this video, use use the screen recording apps or something. Please do something, honestly, because I genuinely think that I could get banned for practically making this thing, because I'm actually afraid to say this thing, but basically, I'm not playing Hungry Shark anymore. And whilst it was a fun game, I've always been asking to myself, why on earth though are we even playing why on earth though are we having fun in a virtual world? Why aren't we outside? Why can't we play this thing in the real world? Why can't we play Hungry Shark in the real world? Why can't we just be inside of nature instead of being in this virtual world? And right here, I'm trying to answer this question, okay? Because with you saying that, am I gonna get any returns for uploading Hungry Shark videos? I might disappoint all of my subscribers for this, but I'm actually afraid to say this thing. I'm actually trying to self-improve myself and not actually make Hungry Shark videos because of the fact that because the past 6 months since I was uploading Hungry Shark videos, my life was shit, and I have to say this thing to make this clear. Everything literally was going shit, and I'm not joking when I mean so. And what I'm actually trying to go on is that, all of these these stars that are blowing up, including the Tate brothers, who should be freed because basically the Matrix was attacking me. The Matrix actually attacked me as well, and I'm not joking when I mean so. As well as the fact that Hamza has been blowing up as well. And basically, 2 years ago, when I started making Hungry Shark videos, I saw all this self-improvement stuff, literally all the stuff that the Tate brothers were talking about, what Hamza was talking about, literally what they were talking about 2 years ago. I was very much like you, that thought, yeah, all of this stuff was a joke. That's until I realized I was very feminine. I was very scared. And it might have been acceptable then to agree that the Tate brothers, Hamza, and all these other guiders towards the masculine life, they were right the whole time, but the Matrix doesn't want us in that area, and I can't fall for what the Matrix is doing, because, literally, and I might practically get banned for what I'm about to say, but literally what I imagined is that when I was literally in school, And then when I was trying to work on my business, everyone else in the class was literally watching reality TV shows and looking at crazy TikTok dances. But I did not give a shit about that. I wanted to work on my business. And guess what? The bloody internet was literally not coming to me, but was coming to them. And they did not deserve the internet towards them. I deserved it if I was trying to make a change to it. And there just must be someone. And whoever is in charge of that literally is just catching us in. And I was literally, I'm not even joking, I was literally being stopped from using the internet in school when I was literally trying to work on my business. And yet everyone else literally had the internet for them to watch memes and just literally instant gratify around. And guess what? They're leaving the world behind, because I'm actually going to be a new leader of this masculine movement. Because from where I see myself 2 years ago, it was a joke. It was where I had the worst of my life. Because today, I'm dead broke. I'm pretty undisciplined. And oh my god, I actually am so undisciplined. Because basically, though, if you don't know this thing, I was basically so undisciplined to the point where I kept on pushing off making this video and uploading it towards you guys, but I basically pushed it off for like the next month, and the next month, until I literally got back to it. But I just literally didn't want to get back to it because I just didn't want my fans to know this. But really though, I'm just basically, I'm self-developing myself. And I'm trying to actually get a better life with a different kind of business. It was a big mistake.
Yes, I think it was a mistake.
But this is the decision I decided to take, because the gaming stuff, it turned me down. And it just ruined me. And I had the worst mental health ever. Until I was self-developing. But really though, everything literally went to garbage and went downhill to me. And what I'm going to practically do now though, when I upload videos, is that I'm just basically going to talk about business, about self-development, about mental health, and about improving yourself, and about getting rich. And I want you on this journey with me, because the way of how society is expecting us to go, and the way of how the Matrix is predicted to go, and what I'm thinking of right now to practically get us around it all, and to get all of you out of the Matrix's hands, and out of what the banking system is telling us. And basically, though, like, I'm just literally dead serious about this, really. You'll compete, whatever you want to get out of life. I'm just afraid to say this thing. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a massive learning curve. It's going to take a lot of intense hard work, a lot of consistency, and a lot of belief into that bit of self-development. And if you don't have those 4 things to get, you will never get what you want in life if you don't have those 4 things, and that is belief, discipline on intense hard work, continuous learning, and consistency. If you don't have 4 of those things, you need these 4 to be able to do what you want out of life. It doesn't matter whether you want to build an aesthetic body. It doesn't matter whether you want to build a business, whether you want to improve your social skills. It's going to take those 4 things to be successful at it. And this is literally what I'm trying to do, like, with my businesses that I'm trying to grow, and with my aesthetic body that I'm trying to actually build. And you can look on my Instagram page, and in fact, I basically looked like a weak little skinny motherfucker when I practically see myself. Whereas now, I look a bit more muscular. I look a bit more of a man right now. But, I still practically look like a bit of a little boy at this moment. And I'm trying to get out of that. And we all have to, and I'm gonna say this thing, it's gonna take a lot of hard work to get there if you want it badly. It's not gonna be an easy path. There is no easy path. And you might be afraid of failing, but don't be, because it's okay to fail. Because of the fact that your education and your school and your teachers may have brainwashed into you that failing an exam is bad. And guess what? I felt the same. And with them pressuring me to say that, I was less confident at succeeding. And I flipped. And I failed everything. Until I was heard this, that failure is okay. And failure is just a learning lesson, not a traumatizing point of action from an authority figure. Mistakes, they're meant to guide you instead of define you. But the education system wants to brainwash us out of it. And basically, though, and if you're going to ask me of how I think this education system is and right here, though, I'm practically in the UK at the moment, and I must actually say this thing. The education system here is dreadful. It is absolutely dreadful. I basically have never learned from it. In my entire, 14 years of being in the system, I didn't learn a single piece of good thing that's actually gonna help me in life. And I must say, honestly, and in the real world, I've been very unconfident with how things have gone because of what they teach us in this false reality that they practically enforce by law for us to indoctrinate us with this. And really though, and I must honestly say, it's getting terrifying with what the Matrix is trying to put onto us. Because really though, it's just going to be the case of where, unless you're going to think like me, who's going to try and get all of these young men and women out of that situation of where, in 50 to 100 years, it's just going to be the case of where, the second you're born, there's just going to be a microchip injection, and then it's going to be, literally a microchip in there, and they're going to reduce you down to a barcode, honestly, and, I'm just afraid of that. And another thing that I'm afraid of is in case I don't make it when in the time where it's necessary. And at the moment I'm trying to build a 10-figure business, and I'm just afraid that I might not make it because I'm just new to the game of business, and I don't know how I'm going to learn all the high income skills that are necessary to learn, and that's stuff like marketing and sales and copywriting, and I need to find ways to actually learn them, because if I don't, I'm, as well as accounting, and with accounting though, I know a bit about it, but you have to learn these high income skills to truly excel in the game of business. And if you're like me, who has started a business with just no skill set, no nothing, you shouldn't care if you fail. Are we all hear that just over 90% of all startup businesses fail? You shouldn't care. Because the reason why you shouldn't care, though, is because, all of the best entrepreneurs that ever come to mind, if they're gonna start the same business model as you would do, and that would, whether it would be literally a service-based business, a restaurant, an online store, a social media marketing agency, if you compare one of the most like-minded entrepreneurs, such as, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Cuban, Richard Branson, Mark Zuckerberg, all of these entrepreneurs that are massively successful, if you try and go up against them with the exact same business model that you're starting, the chance of them getting at least to, like $1 million in revenue, the chance of that happening is gonna be completely zero. Or just gonna be zero. And that's because they know the game of business. They've been through the game of business, and you haven't yet. But you can get through the game of business. And that is, you have to consistently put lots of repetition and learning into it. And you need a lot of learning and a lot of consistency and patience, which is the thing that most people just don't have, which make your limits towards learning about the game of business set, whereas they have unlocked it because they didn't set limits for themselves. They actually got there. They worked till they got there. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to work hard and continuously learn and take risks, despite the current shit feeling I'm in right now, the current garbage position I'm in, and the current circumstances that are going around in my head, and the current circumstances that are happening in a schedule that I don't like. And you might be wondering why I'm just not wearing glasses. There we go. Oh, it keeps falling off. Right. I actually, if you don't know, in practically all my videos, I've been wearing these glasses, but my vision is just shit. And I have to say this thing. I have a shit vision, and like the second these are taken off, I just can't see anything. But anyway, really though, if you do want to practically know how you're gonna, and if you practically do want to grow with me, and if you do want to be around more like-minded entrepreneurs, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, and let's grow together, and let's do the hard work. Let's self-develop ourselves, self-develop your mindset, and do the hard work, even if you don't feel like it.